Hello, hello. It's Geeks Assemble time, and it's that time of year again that we start reviewing a season of Doctor Who. It's just started this weekend. Ncuti Gatwa's second season, and this story is called The Robot Revolution.
You always knew it was going to happen, didn't you? That sooner or later we get to the robot revolution, right?
Yeah, but we've already had the Robot Revolution in Doctor Who way back when with Robots of Death. So
But it's good. It's one of those recurring sort of things.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of recurring things in this, and we'll get on to that. So,
Cool.
Susan, opening thoughts on the Robot Revolution.
All right. Well, that's a hell of a way of somebody showing that they want to be your boyfriend. Trying to kidnap you and bring you to a planet and force you to become a queen and in charge of the whole thing. That whole thing, that old canard. No, I don't know. It's just a lot of controlling behavior, and I really liked the way that the new companion was you know pulling through with like a strong personality, a strong uh what is it? You know, standing in opposition to just to the doctor doing some things sort of without her permission, especially. That was really interesting. But it does remind one of Tegan or of um Barbara, right? Or of more recently of Donna. They've got these characters. They've had characters with this kind of
Mm,
um, perspective on the Doctor before.
too many
But
times.
I'm glad that they've come back to this state and Pradipta Sethu showing up again as Belinda Chandra, the new companion. You know, her descendant showing up. I mean, that's kind of in a way the way that Clara's boyfriend Danny Pink and Orson Pink or whatever, they were they were in the same family and stuff. That was interesting. And another thing was um, the robots were great looking. They reminded one of. There was three things that they reminded me of. They reminded me of in the Dominators, the way their head moved to the shoulder, and then they had those big shoulder pieces. But also that it seemed was replicated in the Star Wars prequel series. All those
Battle
those
droids.
those warrior droids were all built the sort of the same. And then yeah, and then the Husbands of River Song, that guy was sort of built the same way. And these things kind of show up again, and then um, let's see, taking off in the TARDIS the first time, that was great. And yeah, I'm glad that they were I'm glad that they were able to go to some completely new place with a completely new kind of thing, and a new planet, and the planet reminded one of Trantor or Coruscant, or one of those sort of big cities on a planet. Anyway, all of that to be said, yeah, I don't necessarily need a star named after me. I'm perfectly fine. You know, I'm not I'm not an entrepreneurial enough to run a star, you know, as a princess or a queen or anything. So just don't do that sort of thing, you know, in my name. It's probably a good thing not to. Anyway, all that to be said, I could probably run an asteroid in our asteroid belt. Yeah, that's me. Okay. Um, what about you? Would you be able to? What would you like a star named after you?
I am a star.
Oh, okay. Okay, Lee. That was my opening thought. So the question is open to you.
Well, where to start with this, eh?
Hmm.
Let's see. So,
Hmm.
this new companion is a nurse, works at a hospital. She's
Mhm.
not got a very good bedside manner to the patients. Um, then you got the doctor turning up, messing about with his sonic screwdriver, killing God knows how many people that are on life support when he hacked into the computer and turned off all the power.
Hmm.
Did anybody think of that?
Hmm.
Or anybody was halfway through an operation and all the power went out?
Hmm.
Yeah. Careless, just throwaway action there. Um, this is what gets me as well. Mrs. Flood's back, played by Anita Dobson. So Belinda must live next door to Ruby because Mrs. Flood was the next door neighbour to Ruby.
But wasn't Mrs. Flood moving?
No mention anything about moving.
Huh.
So I don't know. I mean, and this I just don't get why these robots decided to come to Earth. I mean, I know they tried to explain it halfway through the thing, but it still doesn't make sense with this. Why come to Earth looking for a queen? Not really, because it was Belinda what caused it all when they passed through that time storm or something. She named Alan. It's he was the one who got her the certificate, bought her the star. You need Alan, not me. So it was her fault that Alan went and got Alan and put him in the machine.
Oh.
So she's not all nicey nicey. I'm I'm not liking this new companion, to be honest. Um, I wasn't keen on the space rocket. It was too. it was too cartoonish, too Disney, too Disney. You know what I mean? It, yeah, it's because there's a bit of paradoxical thing in this story with with the effects of the two items meeting and
The Blinovitch limitation effect.
yeah, that you couldn't even say that, could they? But yeah, it's a bit of paradoxical because without her stating his name, he wouldn't have been in the machine to begin with.
Yeah.
So she created it all. Um, what else is there? Oh, and we got another episode where the doctor's crying, and you know how I feel about that. Nearly every episode of
Yeah.
he said he was cry. That's all he can do is cry. Oh no, no, I'll tell a lie now. He can skip and he can do a high kick. Oh, that is that. It's not Doctor Who. A skipping Doctor Who. A high kicking camp Doctor. No, wearing a skirt. No, I'm sorry. I don't. Russell T Davies, what are you doing to this show? Um, what else is there? Oh, and I was quite disgusted at the actions of when Alan was reduced to a sperm and the little polish droid just swept him away, and the doctor just went, "Bye, Alan," and they were both laughing. That was a life snubbed out. Um, I don't know why they're writing this character like this now. Because before the Doctor cares for life, saves lives, not laughs at someone's life what's just been aborted. Um, I would have liked the cleaner droid to have stowed
But
away.
he didn't get aborted. I mean, he lived a life. He lived a life until he literally had nothing left under his rib cage.
Yeah, but he he could have been. They could have saved it, like what they did with oh, I can't remember the character's name, Boomtown, with the
Okay.
you know what I mean, reduce her to an egg to be reborn again.
Yeah,
You know,
okay. But the egg and the sperm are pretty fucking small. But the important thing is that he'd already given up pretty much 2/3 of his body, 2/3 of it. I mean, no, there would be
which
no intimacy with
which was
Belinda.
which was
There would,
Belinda's fault.
but there just wouldn't be any. Even if it is her fault, because of the way that he had asked them to create in him, or because of what happened to him, he was basically a third of a person physically. So there
But
would be no more intimacy.
would the Doctor laugh and skip and dance at someone's demise like that?
Hmm, no.
No. Um, yeah. So I would have liked the little droid to have followed him into the TARDIS. You could have had that going around the TARDIS, polishing everything. But no, I wasn't. Admittedly, this was better than some of the episodes of last season, but I wouldn't say it's the best. And don't get me on the remark of the Planet of the Incels because that really annoyed me. Um, yeah, I just do not like Jodie
The
Gatwell
new companion,
or the new companion.
Belinda.
She's I mean, that as you mentioned, where she had to go to the doctor because he checked her DNA. Oh, please. What's the problem? Preaching, preaching, preaching. Again, RTD. Really, just write a story with a good story. But I did like Johnny Green in this as Alan, as when he. I mean, when they wanted him to, when they wanted the robots wanted her to bond with the AI generator, where they showed you the scenes of all the things attaching to it. That was just like the scene from Superman 3. Do you remember that, where the computer grabs
Yeah,
all
I do remember. Yeah.
metal plates on the face, and that was
Hmm.
sort of like that. But and the AI
But
generator.
the I mean the fact that he was reduced to, not much more than a Borg queen without the rest of her body.
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. Like you know, if you're good, if you're gonna, assert that this is someone who is, fully capable of loving her as a person, then you should definitely not remove the parts that are loving, meaning, the belly and
Yeah, but
the
it was more machine
the
than anything.
cock and the balls and the butt
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
legs, all that shit. It doesn't matter that it works. It just matters that it's there. Like
yeah.
that's why this is, that's why that when they said the planet of the incels, I was like, oh, that's why he's been removed everything from the diaphragm down, because you know it's in a sense a punishment.
To who?
I it's
Why?
it because he was going to trap the queen. He was gonna he, he created this,
Who trapped him
they
first?
created this mess.
Who trapped him?
I understand, but she was afraid.
She didn't
Okay,
look very
okay.
afraid. She didn't look very afraid. She didn't seem to that bothered. She wasn't bothered. She wasn't bothered that there was robots rampaging through her house. She wasn't bothered that there was a rocket in the garden. All she was like, that was like that. Is this a joke? She wasn't that bothered. I'd be screaming my head off and crapping myself,
Hmm.
But no, she's just also. I like picking things to bits. Also, the doctor never ever, because I looked back at it, never mentioned the TARDIS to her. He said my spaceship was impounded by the robots as soon as I got here. And as soon as she walked up to the blue box later on, before she went in, she went, "Oh, then this is your TARDIS." How did she know it was called the TARDIS?
Mm, I
Is
don't
that
know.
is that now? It could either be bad writing or
Mm,
there's something going on what hasn't been, you know, what's going to happen in the later episode. She's she might not all be what she seems.
yeah, I mean, maybe the Ronnie or whatever. Yeah, I always want to go to the Ronnie. Okay.
Yeah, Johnny Green as Alan. I mean Johnny Green we know from Big Finish,
Yeah.
playing oh, Tyler in the Torchwood dramas.
Hmm.
Um, I mean that was a the makeup for him when he was in the machine was
Amazing.
amazing.
It
Um,
really was. It really was like Poor Queen kind of
but
beautiful. looking stuff.
Also, as well, the design of the AI generator on the outside with the two eyes, and when you first saw it, it looked like it could have been Darth Vader's helmet, or um,
But one eye was bright green, and then the other eye was red, and it was half closed.
a lazy eye.
Yeah, well,
But when you was when they
look
were
at this!
leading,
Look at this guy. It's
yeah,
stuck over here.
when they were walking up to it, I got the sense of this has been sort of done before with I can't remember Caragnon, the great architect
In the Paradise
in
Towers.
yeah. As I was walking up the walkway and this machine was at the end, I thought it's
Hmm.
Caragnon,
Yeah.
the great creator, the AI generator.
Uh. Uh-huh.
I'm thinking,
And then there's Mel.
mm. And I'm thinking, is
There was Mel last series, season,
is,
whatever.
R- is RTD just taking stuff? And I'm thinking, yeah, the AI generator, the great creator, the great
Mm-hmm.
architect, machine,
Mm-hmm.
what needs feeding.
Feeding.
Uh, I thought, yeah, it's sort of been done before this.
It's sort of been done before, but also sort of like it's more than just a little throwback, right? It could be like a uh coming back around to it.
Yeah, but say you had the AI generator controlling the servo robots or whatever they were. You had the
Mm-hmm.
great architect controlling the servo robots in Paradise Towers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But yeah, you always do this to me, don't you? Every new season, you always force me into these things. Watching.
I am so sorry.
Um, and also, what's the point of that jukebox in the TARDIS?
Okay, I know. And then I've got another question. If if I didn't force you into doing this, would you be watching these things anyway?
Mostly not.
Oh, okay.
I never watched the
I don't
Jodie.
feel bad about it.
I never watched the Jodie ones, did I? So
Okay, but then okay, I got another
I'm
question
wishing I never
about
started.
this.
I wish I never started watching these ones.
All right, but I got another question.
What was that? What?
These juggernauts. The big three: Doctor Who, Star Trek, and Star Wars. They all have enormous amounts of stuff coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important.
Well, it depends how good the writing is. And for me,
All right, but the acolyte and last series, according to you, notwithstanding, this is pretty good. It, I really I was pleasantly they had a lot of things that called back to mind other things in other places,
mm,
and that was fun.
well, in my opinion, Shooty was the wrong choice for the Doctor. Um, RTD should never have come back because his agenda is just totally out there. He needs reining back in and saying, "Look, write some good stories, sci-fi adventure stories, please." Um, but it's not looking good because the overnight figures on the BBC was only 2 million. So that's less than Space Babies did last year as an opening episode. So
Wonder how it's doing on Disney Plus. So all of us over here watched it on Disney Plus the minute it dropped.
yeah,
We were all watching yesterday at around 12 p.m.
yeah, it's and it's not looking good for a next series anyway, because RTD's been hinting that there may be a hiatus. That's because of his bad writing. Nobody, Disney have been annoyed with him. It's all the potential. The potential's there, but you know. And as I say, I don't know why there's a jukebox in the TARDIS. He never plays it. But apart from that, the theme music's all right.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's down to Murray Gold, right?
Good old Murray Gold, eh? Saving Grace, Murray Gold. But yeah, yeah. I just didn't really click with the Belinda character. She's a bit too, as you mentioned, reminds you of other companions of what have gone before. But also, why? I mean, it's going to turn out as well because he's so interested in her. Why do just lately these companions have to be special?
Yeah, I don't. I've never understood that.
A wonderful
I mean,
person.
just picking up a Tegan who was just an a cabin
Yeah,
crew,
yeah.
just picking up picking up
Why
a
does
couple
everybody?
of teachers,
Yeah, why does everything have to revolve around?
a lady who's been ingesting a bunch of shit,
Hmm,
but ends up like because of that, just she's just a temp,
hmm.
and then she's become super amazing. But like she starts off just in the normal realm.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, back then it was just a companion picked up about or went into the terrace by accident, and that was it. They weren't special. They went on adventures with the Doctor, and the Doctor saved them. Or he
Oh,
saved
but I do think that Chameleon and Turlo were pretty special, right?
them. Yeah, but there were there was nothing. There was nothing about them to save a universe. These people are put here to save a universe, to save this. Like, why does everybody now has to be like Clara, a special something,
Hmm.
you don't need that. I mean, like last season, you had Ruby,
Well,
who's
isn't
she
it
was,
sort of Disney princess world now?
I don't know, but
I mean,
this.
you really are gonna find out that I mean, since Disney got involved, there is a bit of that going on
Yeah, but it was happening before that, though, wasn't it? With Clara
with Clara.
and
Clara's not a Disney princess, although that might make things interesting.
Alex was saying that Clara wasn't a Disney princess, but that may make things kind of interesting.
yeah.
And he's laughing about it.
I mean,
Anyway,
the big thing last year was that Ruby was so special. The suspect they needed to find out why she was so special, and there was nothing special about her. And that was it. And now Belinda's so special, so special. Oh, fuck, will you? Sorry, it annoys me.
all
It's,
right, but just don't get a star named after you. Just go for an asteroid or something. I don't know.
oh dear me. Anyway, I've gone on and on and
I,
on.
I've said my piece about the aspects of Al that he lost that really were the reason I thought that it was punishment because of his complete obsession, and not just in a pleasant way. This woman had been stalked by him, and he tried to do something really nice, and then it turned really creepy afterward. And
What makes
so, there's just like that
what,
that play,
what makes you say she was stalked by him?
because he was like, you know preparing the whole planet for her arrival for so many years, and following her so that he knew exactly where she was.
It was his
That's
first love.
stalking.
She was his first love.
First love, but first loves, I have lots of first loves. I have two actually that are really like right here in my mind, but I don't chase them down on social media. I
So,
don't know where
so
they are all the time.
you're
I,
you're saying
I
you're saying it's his fault.
I'm saying that in a way because of how intense it was.
She was the one to blame. She named him. The robots went there and got him and put him in the machine. She was the one what created him.
But he was the one who could have said, "Okay, I understand. This is where I'm at right now, but I can't make it all about her." Okay. See what you're taking away his ability to decide that he doesn't want to make it all about her.
Ah,
In
well, I
that
don't.
respect, it does have to do with that in some way.
No, it's her fault. That's it.
Uh,
She's a nasty piece of work. I didn't like her as soon as I saw her. But yeah, she's the one to blame. She created it all, and she admitted that it was her fault because she even got them
but
all arrested. She even
okay.
double crossed them and got them all arrested. So apart from that, did
Huh.
you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did, and I do enjoy, these things.
Yeah, it's just I don't
For
know what's.
me, since you've asked, it is an 8 out of 10 for me. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad. What was
Uh,
it for you?
well, so the only thing what stood out for me was was Johnny. His character when he was overtaken by the machine was amazing, and the 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 makeup and the was amazing. But the dancing, prancing, crying, wet skirt wearing doctor doesn't do it for me. He's getting on my tits. Um, no, it's not for me. He's not my doctor, and he never will be. Because I know for a fact every other episode of this season he'll be crying, doing high kicks. Ugh. William Hartnell will be turning in his grave. So I would give this. mm, I'll give it I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
Hmm,
It's you know
okay,
I can't score it high
that's
because
pretty low.
because
I
because
know.
others might be better than this one.
All right.
But I'm not holding much hope though.
Okay.
My love of Doctor Who has been ruined.
All right.
It's tainted now.
All right. Well, April 22nd, the new season of Andor drops. There's three for episodes, first three. And before too long, the Strange New Worlds is coming up again.
Yeah, And they're
Okay,
mostly
so I know that you kind of enjoyed those, but I'm going to force you to watch them too.
well. I'm
Because I
willing.
do. That's what I do.
I willingly will watch them because for me they're far better written than this pile of crap. Um, yeah, I would sit down and watch them when they're broadcast. So,
Okay.
is that everything, Susan? I know I've disappointed you
That's
once.
everything. I don't want to fight you anymore.
My aim in life is to totally destroy you on these.
Jesus Christ.
uh, oh, I'm evil. Yeah, so guys, let us know what you thought of this episode of Doctor Who. You know what I thought of it. You know what Susan thought of it. We don't agree on everything, as you can tell.
As
Um,
you can tell,
yeah.
blatantly.
So yeah, please leave a message below on this video. Let us know what you thought of it. Am I being too harsh on it? Is Susan, watching it through rose tinted glasses? Who knows? Uh, are we both wrong? Are we both right? Who knows? Are we just gonna be like that all?
Yeah, I think that's the way it's going to be all season long.
You
What
never
is it?
know.
8 episodes of bashing heads with you, Lee? Jeez. Okay,
You,
here we
the,
go.
you never know. You never know. An episode might surprise me, and I think, oh yeah, that's good. There's no high kicks, no crying, and no skipping.
Boy.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Guys, if you want to join in on the fun, this is fun. I love this when it goes like
Yeah, it
this.
is.
Um.
It is.
Please leave a message on the videos. You'll find us on all the social media platforms. If you want to join us, just be 18 and over. Also, you need a
Because you don't want to hear me talking about cock and balls and shit like that. You're under 18.
She always has to get those words in every cast. Uh, yeah. If you want to be on, just message us and let us know. So you can just leave a message on the videos. Also, on the YouTube channel, press the bell notification button, and you'll get notified every time we put up a wonderful, wonderful, argumentative video like this. So that's it. Until next time, I'm going to go back in my box until next Saturday when I watch another episode of Doctor Who. And then come the Sunday, go head to head with Susan.
Smash. Hulk smash.
Oh, dear me.
Dude, the
It's
Hulk is a Disney princess too, you know?
it's like Rocky and Drago all over again.
Mm.
And on that bombshell, we'll see you next time. Bye for now.